Sebi's ready for Nikvo. How's it? How's it going? We might have a hard time with his hulking at the moment, but that's fine. Oh, Tugi's name is just Tugi. I guess Tugi got it on the ground floor in terms of the Discord name change thing. Wait, but Tugi's not first. It's Gunter, right? Who's first? Who's first? Okay. Gunter, yep. Okay, yeah, there we go. Thank you. Hi, hi, Anpu. Oh, almost said hi. Okay, we're just gonna. I'm typing Gunter Tetris. Tetris. There we go. Is brain working this morning? Who knows? Hello, Gunter. How's it going? Alright, let's get some couch action going on here. Let's also get some seed action. And there's your seed action. Good morning, Hana. How's it going? Oh, I need to get rid of Ampu's dots. Ampu has to earn those dots fair and square. gonna sit on the couch here. Sorry if the mic quality is not quite what you want it to be. I know the camera is just flipped. Part of me wishes Anpu was just sitting on his laptop upright and moving his neck down to look at the screen. That would be pretty funny. This is the way his camera is on the on his actual scene, and I feel like if I changed it, it would look awkward in my scene. All right, now that we actually have Gunter here, let's flip him. There we go. There's some Gunter. There's some French penguin if you want him. Okay, both players are ready. Let's count them down for game number 1. Good luck and have fun, y'all. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. We have an L, we have a T. This is the DAS League and I am Arbaro. I was going to say the season is winding up, but I think the Division 1 season is still going on for longer than the Division 2 and 3 seasons. Anyway, they have more matches to play. So that's cool. We've got a match going on here on the left side of your screen. Out of Canada, a DAS main with an NTSC PB of 1.21 million. He is Anpu. Gunter gets his first Tetris of the game. 48 to 28. Anpu has 2 on the board. Anpu, the caretaker of the classic Tetris ELO database, does a lot of stat keeping and all sorts of cool related stuff behind the scenes. Kind of takes care of a lot of the plumbing that makes the classic Tetris scene work. So hats off to him. Seppi says, I switched from window captures to browser captures in my scene recently, and now I understand how people's computers don't explode when they restream. Yeah, I had that issue too. Way back when I started, also my computer was significantly worse. If you look back in like the first 3 streams I did, I have a couple of them saved. Oh my goodness, a couple mischiefs from Anpu. Anpu's in trouble. Anpu's got to top out at 82, and just like that, Gunter is good for game number 1. GG's. I don't think I actually introduced Gunter yet, so, you know, warm-up is done. Mars has entered the chat. It happens. Sebby says, I'm using a laptop from 2016 and barely runs Windows 10. Yeah, oof. Go ahead and iterate. All right, we got it ready for both players. Let's count them down for game number 2. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, we have another player to introduce. Let's do that real quick as we get started on this game. Looks like we had a bar and an L to start. On the right side of your screen, out of the French Republic, a DAS man with an NTSC PB of 1.13 million. He is Gunter. Gunter is a restreamer. You've seen him around. Penguining it up. Up with an early lead here, 71 to 33 on the board for Anpu, 1 for Gunter, but both players clean at the moment. Yeah, I hope you all are having a great Thursday. The week sure is flying by, huh? Gunter has played 1 match so far, lost that one. Probably against AV Geek, we'll check in a second. Anpu has played 3 matches and is near the top of the standings. AV Geek has a pretty good lead here. 28 points. Only has 1 match to go. Anpu and Yelena tied for the second spot, so might be a cool race there. Need to look up what the playoff situation is. 127 to 127, tied up. Gunter taking advantage of an Anpu dig. Anpu looks like he's almost out of it. Will get out of it. Will almost get out of it. Very just great commentary today. We're trying our best. Gunter's turn to be in a little bit of a spot. He should be okay, though that Z didn't really do him any favors. He will reopen the well. He'll block it right before the bar comes. And he'll reopen it. Hopefully he won't block it again. He'll take a safety triple. Alright, everything's good. But Anpu did take advantage of the dig. 225 to 164. We're a little less than halfway to 19. I was going to say smooth sailing for both players, but no, it's Anpu's turn to be in a little bit of a dig. Gunter looking to close the gap while he has the opportunity. He's doing a good job with it. Down by less than a Tetris now. Anpu finally gets a bar. Well, he needed to get his stack down, and now things are hunky-dory. Gunter is holding onto a few lines in pocket here. Gonna convert 4 of them right there. Anpu has a lead, but not a huge one. 350 to 263. I would say they're about tied when it comes to pace. Tugi has yet to play a match in this division, so Tugi could be a real wild card. He'll be challenging AV Geek at the top of the standings here. Presumably. In fact, Anpu is the only one to beat AV Geek so far this season. Took his set against her 3-1. Anpu, a nice double. A little bit of an awkward situation left side of his stack, but he'll take care of it beautifully. And he has gone round the Joey Parker turn. 381 to 337. Gunter has 8 lines in pocket. So you're looking to become a problem for the other players. Hopefully a problem in the good way, in that like he's going to be promoted. Not a problem in the bad way, in that he's difficult to schedule. Alright, equal line count all of a sudden. We are 20 lines away from the transition. Anpu up by about a Tetris. In terms of gameplay, yeah, there you go, Nas. Trying to be witty. Failed attempt at a joke there, I think. But yeah, obviously Tugi, a very intimidating DAS player. Also an intimidating roller. Kind of a... becoming a dual threat player, which I think is really cool. Anpu's in at 501, so gets just over the 500k barrier before he transitions. Gunter will be a little bit further back, had to burn quite a bit the later part of 18. .530, so Gunter now in at 447. Back by a few when it comes to pace. A little bit more real time. Because Anpu's already into level 30. Anpu has a misshift though. Oh, that's a very nice job clearing it up. Oh, that's not what he wanted to do with that J though. His board not looking great and getting plastered with the S's and Z's at exactly the wrong time. Looks like Anpu will be done at 538. Gunter, you are in a chase down. You need 539 to take it. 539. Running into the same rough RNG patch as Anpu did, though. Looks like he's handling it. He knows he can play conservatively. But this board looking a little... Need some TLC. Can he piece this over? Beautiful DAS control, but is it going to be enough? His left is very, very high. He will not be able to complete the chase down. Anpu's good for game number 2. He will tie the setup one apiece. GG's. Yeah, it's rough. Those, post chase downs who can't quite get them. Don't feel great sometimes, but you know what? That's part of the game. I think Essential. I was going to say Essential's off, but I think actually Essential's fine. I just had to modify it for someone else, so we're going to try this real quick. That should be better. All right, both players are ready for game number 3. Let's count them down. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Anpu says, Tier 1 DAS players versus the horrors of level 19. Level 19, really. Not even once. J and a square will start us off. I'm a Tier 3 DAS player. But if there were a Tier 4, I would still be a Tier 3 DAS player. And I think that's important. 2 on the board for Anpu. Gunter waiting for his first. There it is. He also has a slightly later start, but not too much of one. It stops mattering as much, I think, when you get further into the game. Gunter has a hole in his stack on the left side. Bar ain't coming, so, you know. Can't really do a whole lot about it. Anpu also trying to weather this drought. It's still going. Bar will finally come. A little bit of a spoiler for Gunter, I guess. I thought it was going to be a little less time, but he will get his bar, get a Tetris, and maybe finally clean this thing up, or maybe not. Who knows? 123 to 68 here, 30 lines in. Anpu continuing to develop a lead. Gunter hanging out one off the bottom. Not too risky, not too bad. I'm trying to get it cleaned out now. Pieces aren't really cooperating with him. It's allowing Anpu to develop his lead further. Gunter just going to kind of rock it on the left well. There he goes. Lombard Tetris. 216 to 130. Anpu almost 100,000 points ahead. Yeah, both players are clean. Gunter still left well. But you know what? It's 18. He can left well if he wants to left well. He won't left well anymore. He will take the triple and transfer that bad boy back over to the right, or at least try to. Pretty big lead for Anpu, but Gunter, this could just be his MO. As we're halfway to 19, 267, make that 290 for Anpu after that latest Tetris, 187 for Gunter, so just about a 6-figure lead here. Early chase out for Anpu. Early top out for Anpu led to a Gunter win in number 1, and Gunter almost completed a level 19 chase down on the second game, so Gunter prioritizes survival. That can end up with a lot of W's. Granted, he will run into the players in Division 1 where that won't really work, but you get a decent record just by playing it safe. There's another hole in his sack. We'll enter another dig. Anpu looking to further develop his lead, and that Tetris will help him do it. I'm going to check if they've either... Surely Anpu and Gunter have played each other before, right? That's the matchup that has happened sometime in the history of classic Tetris. Yes, they've played each other. Anpu has won both previous meetings. Gunter gets the bar over. 308 to 430. For some reason, having Anpu's fingers vertically makes them look more like feet. Am I wrong about this? Is that weird? I feel like whenever I mention feet, things get weird, but I don't mean feet in a weird way. Feet are a normal body part. Hello, policy changes. Good to see you. 476 to 315. Both players have crossed over the 100 line mark. And Anpu just kind of getting further and further ahead, but Gunter is mostly clean now. Does see Tetris's one off the bottom. Anpu killing it, 500k. Still got 15 more lines before the transition, so a little hard to catch up to right now. Their previous meetings were Classic Tetris League in 2023, and Tetris Deathmatch in 2023. So they haven't played each other in a couple years. I'm not sure they've seen each other around. Gunter is up high. This is a little spicy. Bar is not really what he wants to see. He doesn't get it rotated, and I think this has got to be it. Gunter tops out at 368. Anpu, if you want to... I mean, it's a little borderline. It's a really good pace, 550. If you want to play this out, you can, but do it aggressively. If you don't, that's also fine. I'll give you your dots regardless. Your little pip. Anpu moves up to match point. GG's. Anpu was like, couldn't get anything done on 19, whatever. Anpu says, just got to get out of the dig so that Hana records it as an intentional top out. Both players are ready. Let's count them down for game number 4. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I'm wondering if Hana... I think that Sonic was doing the stats, right? Or maybe Hana is. I'm not really sure. Hana could tell you. Or maybe they both are. Anyway, you got a T and a J to start. Sonic do stats. Okay, so the answer is both. It is a team effort. That a factor? Yeah, so when Tetris stat keeping, there are 3 types of top outs. And that is a factor. Okay, so let me see if I can explain this in a coherent way. Nice little tuck setup for Gunter, even though his right side fairly high. Long bar Tetris, not going to matter. That's his first of the game. Anpu has 2 on the board, but has to do a little bit of digging. Yeah, so like when a player tops out in comp, there are 3 different types of tops outs. Natural, which is, you know, they didn't want to top out and they did. Intentional is when they wanted to top out and they did. And there's also aggressive, which is kind of just like, it's pretty rare, but it's like they're mullining and like the way they're playing is very different from the way they would be playing if they weren't mullining. But aggressive is pretty rare. Now, like it's like the safety of classic Tetris. And it matters because like a big stat in Tetris is FMS, fair median score. So it removes intentional top outs that are below the player's median natural top out. And this is just like to correct for the fact that like if your opponent tops out early, you don't want to bring your stats down. 175 to 135. Anpu up by a couple. Not too big of a difference. Yeah, Das. Yeah, Jedi Evan. Hello, how's it going? Good to see ya. We love Das here. That's why we're restreaming it. 200 to 160. Das League is also nice because, you know, It's more DAS. Currently, I'm trying to finish the archive of old DAS tourneys from years back. When is the... I didn't realize that, like... What's the first DAS tourney? Because I know they existed, but, like, it feels like there just weren't that many before the whole resurgence in the kind of the middle part of last year. Kind of the Jonas Cup, I think, really kicked things off. Anpu just very slowly developing lead. We're halfway to 19, 293, 294 to 192. So Anpu up by 100,000 points. Just playing more efficiently than Gunter here. Because Gunter hasn't entered any huge digs. The first test tourney was... The Serenity's DAS tournament 2021. For both players, they remember the... Oh, okay. Love you, miss you, mean it. 2021 tournament. Yeah. That makes sense. Thank you for the history. And I guess like 2021 is like when... A little bit after when DAS really stopped being competitive and high level stuff. Tapping just kind of fully took over. 352 to 291. Who was the last DAS player to make it into Masters? I could find this out. I could look it up. But I'm also restreaming right now, so I have so many questions. And there are things that could be looked up, but I can't do it right now. I'm busy. Anpu's over 100 lines in. Another hot pace. 421 through 106. I believe it was Tugi. That makes a lot of sense to me. It makes a ton of sense to me. And now Tugi is a very good roller. And we'll see Tugi here in just a second. As a DAS player, obviously. What did I do? I don't have audio on. You were the last... I mean, I was realizing I started explaining it, but then, like, he doesn't have audio on. That's the core problem. Okay, there we go. Now he has it on. Hi, Tugi. How's it going? Last DAS player to make Masters. These players are about to transition 514 to 376. Another pretty big lead for Anpu. He's going to go in 539. Love to see those 500k transitions. Yes, that was me. The one before me was also me. So Tugi really just dominant DAS player, at least when it comes to competitive for a while there. Do you know when it was? Like what year? Anpu's a little bit spicy. He'll probably be fine, but this might take some doing to get out of 446 for Gunter, down by 100,000. March 22 and 23. Oh, okay, wow. So there's like a year difference between the two. March 23 is super impressive because that's when people are rolling by then. Anyway, 559 to 452. The other player really able to set up and score here. Anpu. Gunter will look to this setup first. Get out of his dig. Try and get, there we go. Now he's set up. Getting a scorer. Anpu is also clean now, but Gunter chipped away at this lead a little bit. He also has 10 lines in pocket. So keep that in mind. This is all of a sudden, this game has tightened up considerably. I think it was mid B quals both times. Yeah. $600. There we go. 628. 541 Lombard Tetris for Gunter. 568. Both players clean. Both players kind of the first real like deep 19 run we've seen so far. Was that a dirty Tetris for Anpu? I think that was a dirty Tetris for Anpu. 3 off the bottom. On level 19, his left side a little low. A little bit of a lost out of that square. Able to keep himself alive regardless. 666 for him. 604 for Gunter. Anpu still scrambling a little bit, but that Tetris will allow him to get his board down. Hold on to a lead here, going into 25. Because we're now in the back half of post. This is a very good game. 733 to 621. Gunter starting to run out of runway a little bit and wants to get out of this dig sooner rather than later. It's a little spicy. It's a survivable for him, I believe. But really just does not want to bleed any more pace. Has lumbar dependency now. Opts not to try to get that J over to the left. I think it was an L. So his board looking very, very spicy. I don't think he's able to do anything else. He's going to top out at 631. Anpu is good for game number 4 and the set. GG's. Go ahead and play this one out, Anpu. Take a victory lap. Give you your pip. Jedi Evan says, I like to ask because I want Tetris players to matches to be about who makes better places, not who has more placements available. That makes sense, but also I think that there is a component of who has more placements available in DAS as well. Quick tap mastery is a very, very important component of 29 play. Up it goes in 900,000 points. Great game for him. And he will take the set. Moves up to, drum roll please. That's his 4th match. He's up to 2-2 on the season with 17 points. I think that the DAS League uses the TMP 8-point system. So there you go. The GG's. Policy Changes says, I like DAS because I understand what I'm seeing. Yeah. DAS is fun. I like DAS because it feels like I'm closer to be able to play at a high level, even though I totally am not. Problem with DAS, obviously I'm not a great stacker, but anyway, while I'm mumbling about this, let's get the next player here. We got Anpu versus Tugi next, I believe. Yeah, let's get Tugi in here. GG's. Oh, Tugi versus Gunter. There we go. All right, we got a Gunter laying down the facts. People are having playstyle discussions. We'll see more of the all-powerful orange here in a second. Tugi, do you have a alt or something? Go ahead and go live when you're able to. Classic Tetris Brawl, that's a great alt. 10 out of 10, would alt again. I'm going to give you a seed, just like how Dog gave Tugi the Classic Tetris Brawl account. I am very generous, just like Dog playing Tetris. I got Tugi's head corner here. Let's see what we got in terms of Tugi's body. Let's get some controller in that thing. I probably should do this. There we go. But we don't. Then we get the side of the freaking. I guess we'll do. Head is preferable to controller. We should get both, but I don't want to get the side of the freaking board there, so we're fine. This is fine. Everything's good. It was available. Wonderful. Is that the end of the album? I guess it's a good time to change albums between matches. What should we listen to? 'Cause I think we should listen to something. 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 Let's get some music going. What do I want to listen to? I want something a little more upbeat today. Rock, like kind of like power pop type something. I might put on Tom Petty again. Oh my god, I'm on a Tom Petty kick. I don't listen to his albums. I just listen to like one specific greatest hits album because that's what my mom had and we played it in the car during road trips. Anyway, so let's do that. More Tom Petty. Y'all have to put up with Tom Petty. Sorry. I mean, Tom Petty's great. I'm not gonna apologize for Tom Petty. Right, Tugi says I don't have audio on because he doesn't want to listen to Tom Petty. Alright, waiting for Gunter whenever he's ready. Gunter will have an advantage because Tugi is not listening to me. I guess I'll flip Tugi while we're... There we go. A little bit more symmetry going on here. Oh, I should do the... Oh, yeah. I should not sing along, though. That seems like a slightly off-putting thing to do. Gunter so playing. I think he's just going to play out this game. Anyway, both players are ready. Let's count them down for game number 1. Sorry. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. We got a bar, we got a Z. This is the DAS League, and I am Arbaro. Who we got here on the left side of your screen? Out of the Republic of Austria. Used to be a DAS main, a 1.3 player. Now he's also a very good roller. Has made the rolling premier poll. He's the DAS premier poll too. I didn't even check his ranking. He's number 7. So, formidable opponent here. He's Tugi. On the right side of your screen, out of the French Republic, a DAS main with an NTSC PB of 1.13 million. He's Gunter. Tugi's overall PB is 2.27, by the way. It's a tie ball game here so far. Both players only have taken 1 burn. There's a second for Gunter, but both players will score their 3rd Tetris. 4th Tetris. Anyway. So far, so good. This is actually Tugi's first match of the season. Yeah, the season started like a month ago, so maybe the last player to get his start. I think we also had another player just kind of get their ass in gear yesterday. I forgot who. Might start doing. I feel like might try to do more DAS League matches. A, because they seem like they need restreamers, and B, it's just a chill thing to do. It feels like I can be pretty useful there at the moment. And I like restreaming. I like listening to myself talk. Still in tight game, 194 to 190. Gunter should be nice and warmed up. Breakdown. Still tracking each other. We're 55 lines in, not too far away from the halfway point to 19. A couple burns from Gunter means that Tugi might have a little bit of advantage, but not very much of one. Gunter just playing it safe. So you're looking to make himself a nuisance in this division. Him and AV Geek, I believe, are the two ranked players. AV Geek only has one more set to go. The only set she's lost so far, well, I guess the only set that AV Geek has is against Tugi, so that'll be a fun match, probably to determine the division winner. There's a Tetris for Gunter, 364 to 340. So Tugi up by about a Tetris. Just based off of efficiency, but it's not a huge lead. Gunter playing very efficiently this game. Policy changes, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. It's also nice to kind of dust off the cobwebs of this channel in terms of restreams. Pretty much just been doing the CTL super shows. So, you know, it's nice. Oh, so Han, if you're still there, let me know if you want some of these matches sent to you so you can put them on the channel. Guess if the cobwebs could have been in the name of the tourney. There you go. That's what we're doing here. Rising from the ashes. Both players 500k. Still got a ways to go before the transition. About 15 lines. So Gunter's actually taking the lead, at least for real time. I think too, they're about tied when it comes to pace. Mayhaps. Yeah, just let me know. Pretty easy for me to do. And I've highlighted everything that I've restreamed. You can take a look at my channel if you want. Make the people at the Das Tetris channel listen to my laugh. Sorry, I need to not fixate on that anymore. I know I'm being trolled. Gunter's up high for the transition. He's going to get it down a bit. He's going to reopen as well. Goins at 560. So a very good handling of an awkward situation. Tugi's at 560, looking for another Tetris. Going to go in with a triple, 566. So very, very close one going into 19. We're off and running in post. First game of the match. Makes it all the way to 19. Let's see how much further we can take it. We're players level 20 now. 613 to 600. Equal line count. The Gunter with a slight advantage. He will form a hole in his stack. He's looking for a bar. He's going to get it, and he's going to get it over. Tugi is also going to Tetris. He has a hole in his stack, but he'll take care of it pretty quickly. Gunter has to take the triple. It is neck and neck. I believe I can say that. I guess I can always say that, but I don't want to say it too much. Try to say things that aren't worn out, and Gunter's in some trouble here. Gunter is set up. 3 off the bottom, I think. He's just going to burn it down. Bar doesn't come in time. Tugi takes a bit of a lead here. 692 to 664, level 22 now. So plenty of time for Gunter to catch up. But, you know, Tugi, a very dangerous opponent. He just needs a little bit more cooperation from RNG than he's getting right now. Didn't get up to get that S all the way over to the left, and that Z's not getting there. I think Gunter might be done. He's got a top out of 673. Tugi is good for game number 1. GG's. He might play this one out. Let's see. 744, pretty good pace. All right, he's on 749. Go ahead and change your seed. And then, you know, Gunter taking a vape from his vape pen. Seven-page Wilson rating for the party of 8. Hello, welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah, Tetris. Yeah, Cox, Danny J. Yeah, Wilson. Yeah, counting down for game number 2. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Hope your stream was good. Was there a restream? What was going on over there? Hope you all had a good time. Hope you have a good time over here. To get started, Gunter is taking another vape before he starts. Now he's starting. There we go. The opening of this game features a gazillion Z pieces. Gunter almost able to find a place for all of them. The last one got a little awkward, but that's fine. Tugi, the first one to get a Tetris on the board. Bronze 84. Oh, yeah, Bronze 84. Everyone's speedrunning that div, huh? Jay really wants to get out of Bronze. I need to remove Tiny from that one. Tiny still had like 4 matches to go in Bronze 82. Liliana pointing out to me. Thanks to Liliana. Liliana might be a mod candidate if she wants to be. 76 to 34. Gunter waiting for his second Tetris. Gets a bar. Gonna score it. You're down by 1 when you consider pace. I still got some matches in my div. I have one more match in my div, and I'm not sure when I'm going to play it. The div is actually ending soon. I think I can do support. Nice. Did you finish your matches? First time Raider chat. You've been in this channel before, right? But you're the first time Raider? I don't know what that means. I don't know what first time Raider chat means. Like, surely Jay playing Tetris. Hi, Ratchet, how's it going? 173 to 131. Tugi with a bit of a lead here, though Gunter does have a few lines in pocket. Game number 2 here. We have a 3-match set. Anpu beat Gunter 3-1 in the first match. This is the second one. Then we're going to see Anpu versus Gunter. This might be the first time Tugi has been featured on the Arbaro channel. Love to see high-level players having to deal with my beautiful purple scene. Pink, I don't know, magenta, I don't know what color you'd call this. First time they came in a raid. Yeah, exactly, but like, why would you point that out? Like, I think that's the first time Ratchet came in a raid, but like, hit, nice. Hit condition. Yeah, it would be 42 points. It just, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Twitch doing Twitch things, I guess. We're halfway to 19, 289 to 260. So, Tugi up by a Tetris and some change. Close one again. Got some close 18 play between these players so far. Tugi able to be a little bit more efficient, but that doesn't mean that Gunter isn't able to get a lead sometimes. Alright, I'm going to be able to adjust for that bar. Lombard Tetris for Gunter. I'm going to hang out on the left wall for a bit here. Jay is leading this effort. There's this site called wplace.live, which is like the... Remember a while back there was like the r/place Reddit thing, where just like everyone had a certain number of pixels they could draw every hour, and you teamed up with your best friends to draw images there. Oh my goodness, why? I want to undelete your message. I'm going to copy and paste that. Sorry, Nightbot is overzealous. I need to configure Nightbot. That is, try to copy and paste in chat, so hopefully that doesn't crash OBS. Oh, I forget to do that. Tugi has developed a 6-figure lead here. As Gunter trying to get out of a dig, 367 to 475. Anyway. Allow... Okay. Oh my god, I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry. I allowed the post and then Nightbot, like... I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Jay. No, sorry. Okay, Hi, Kingsman. How's it going? Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, I need to modify my bot to, like, actually work. I say that every time I stream, but then I never actually do it. Tugi is on a hot Tugi pace, because that's what Tugi do. 569 to 442. We're about to go into 19. Tugi transitions just shy of 600k, 593. Gunter gonna go in here with a 495, so not a bad transition for Gunter, but you know, Tugi is Tugi. Only so much you can do. You don't fix things because you're too busy admiring Ichiro Suzuki. I mean, that's, you know, to be fair, like, you know, I think, who isn't admiring Ichiro Suzuki? Oh my goodness, Tugi's board a little iffy, but going to get the bar before he tops out. So he could be able to survive this. Still, I mean, he's Tugi, right? He's going to reopen as well. The Lombard Tetris got bailed there a little bit. Gunter's all board also not looking great, but a lot more manageable than what Tugi's was looking like. And Tugi is set up dirty for some reason. He's like, okay, he already won. He's going to tempt fate again. He's going to get the dirty Tetris, but I don't know what else he could do here. He's going to top a 687. Gunter, you were in a chase down. You need 688 to take it. 688. When I'm not admiring Ichiro Suzuki, I'm admiring Cal Raleigh and his dump truck ass. He really does fill out those shorts, huh? 688 is the target. 688. Yeah, Tugi just like, I feel like sometimes when you get out of something, you get away with something, you kind of just like, oh, okay. The gods are with me. I'm going to keep playing like a maniac. And I think that's kind of what happened to Tugi. Yeah, Gunter doesn't, yeah, he kind of, you know, the whole like safe, consistent play thing, like really that can get you pretty far in team, and like, obviously, like, that's how you get out of TMP, right? You know, if he can keep it up, it's going to allow him to take a game off of the Tugen Who. .688 is the target. 604 is the score. I think you might need a Tetris or two, at least some triples, but not a high pressure chase down. It is kind of a high, every chase down is a high pressure chase down. Might need something here. He is clean. There's the Tetris 648. Suddenly, a lot less weight on his shoulder. Tetris followed you? Tyler, you weren't following me? What? How were you not following me? I guess I don't stream a lot. I don't know. Ratchet, thank you for the follow. Okay. Gunter's set up here. This could be a little spicy. Needs the pieces. Ooh, nice little tuck. That's going to keep him alive. Lombard Tetris. That means the game. He's going to tie up the set 1-1. Fantastic chase down from Gunter. GG's. Jedi Evan says, Gunter is an expert in just not doing anything dumb. You know, and that's really just... It's like half a Tetris there. You're just like... The most frustrating thing about Tetris is just watching yourself make stupid mistakes over and over again. You do a lot of dumb stuff. That's why I'm below in pace. But you don't do stuff that's dumb enough to get your end your game. I think that's the... I mean, I guess you do, but you play safely. You kind of, you know... Yeah, we got a rating from both players. Let's count them down for game number 3 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. We had some raid. We had some raid. We had some bug killer. I'm also just saying things today. We had a raid, so I kind of just to reiterate the stakes here. This is for Tugi's first match of the season. Everyone else is kind of halfway through it, or AV Geek's kind of all the way through it. But AV Geek currently 4-1. Tugi going to be fighting with AV Geek for the first place position in this division, I believe. Gunter lost against Anpu, so currently sitting at 1 point. Sorry, I guess 2 points. Looking for his first win. Let me go check what the playoff situation here is. I think Hazel just posted something. The wrong server. 53-51, close so far. Okay, so 4 players from each division will make the playoffs. A few burns there for Gunter, but he'll be fine. 79 for him, 121 for the Tugmeister. I need to open fast lane quals, don't I? Sitting here thinking of all the Tetris chores I have to do. Doing a little bit of a soft columns 2 and 3, going to result in some burns. Gunter looking for a bar to kind of even things up a bit. Finally going to get one. There is a line difference. You don't get to know what it is, but you get to know that it exists, I guess. 197 to 153. Gunter with about 7 lines in pocket. Both players clean now. These players have met twice before. Last time was at CTWC Austria in 2024. Tugi took that one in a sweep. Tugi won the other meeting as well. Which was, drumroll please, CTWC Austria in 2023. All right, this is the first online meeting, huh? That's cool. $321 to $286. Over halfway to 19. Now 80 lines in. They are stacking. That's what you do in Tetris. You stack. Gunter's board falling apart a little bit here. Gonna get a bar. Gonna get pieces over. Left side might be a little iffy though. Not really able to rotate that L, but I'm able to get it in there. It gets a J. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. So very bit of a clutch down stack from Gunter, but he's not quite out of the woods just yet. Squares aren't really doing him any favors. I love a bar has to plug up his dependency before the bar comes, and Tugi is taking full advantage here. Gunter's in some trouble yet again. This is a very good dig though, but I don't know if he's able to get anything else done here. This is looking not too great. Gunter will top out at 331. Tugi is good for game number 3. GG's. Swear's got me. Yeah, you were doing a good job before then, but yeah, that's the thing. If you're digging that far up, eventually something's gonna come, you know? Both players are ready. Let's count them down for game number 4. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Z and an S will start us off. I'm gonna go get my computer charger. I'm kind of just like chilling on my Tetris recliner. Usually when I restream, I'm sitting at a desk and I have a microphone. I'm just using my laptop microphone, which might even sound better. I don't know. Problem is I'm like leaning in and out, and it's harder to get a consistent volume level. Let me go get my charger though. Don't top out. Also a water bottle. Staying hydrated is important. Oh my goodness, my feet are sweating. I hate it. $52 to $54. Tugi setting a 2 off the bottom center well. Love RNG that doesn't suck. Not really able to maintain Tetris readiness. Gunter not really able to take advantage though. Not a lot of bars. Might be in a drought. May not be. I don't know. Tugi gonna reopen his well right before the bar finally does come. Definitely a dry seed so far. No, the pieces aren't too bad. Lombard Tetris for Gunter. 94 to 87. There's another one finally. Lombards come gushing out of the Lombard bottle like ketchup. Alright, we're plugged in now. Good news. And also out of water. Let me get more water between sets and maybe an energy drink, maybe. I don't know. I've been drinking so many energy drinks. They're expensive. Why are they so expensive? Like, why are they $3.50? That's so much money for, like, a beverage. I guess the ingredients aren't that much. Why are they, like, soda isn't nearly that much. That's like, I don't know. 167 and 161. Gunter with a slight pace lead here. He might be spending it at the moment. We'll see. I love coffee over energy drink. Okay, so I can't really have coffee. It's too acidic for me. I love tea. But I feel like I drink a lot more energy drinks in the summer because it's cold. I mean, I could drink cold tea, right? That's normal, but I don't really like cold black tea as much. It's fine. I like it. Fine. It's just 215 and 192. Pretty close one here. Took up by about a Tetris, though. Gunter a little bit more digging in his future. Not too much. I wouldn't really even call this a dig. Yeah. He's fine, though. Yeah, I do that. I add milk and brown sugar to, like, my hot tea. And I usually have, like, 1 cup of hot tea in the morning, even if it's... I have a lot more in the winter. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's also easier to just go to the fridge and pull out an energy drink. Especially when I'm in the middle of a restream. Alright. Tugi, a decent sized lead all of a sudden. 308 to 231. That's the problem with playing a player like Tugi. You have to stay so good for so long. You can do it like... Doing it once or twice is, you know, hard but doable. Kind of pounce on a mistake that a player makes, like, you know, early 19 top out like Tugi's in game 2. It's so hard to do it over and over again. So Gunter not playing a bad game at all. Maybe a little bit low in terms of his desired pace, but Tugi 402 through 103, you know. He's Tugi. Six-figure lead, more or less for Tugi. A little bit less, but, you know, who's counting? Lombard Tetris going to move him up to 494. Still got 10 more lines before the transition. Gunter's at 375. Gunter going to have to go center-ish here and something. Has to take trying to keep his stack nice and low before the transition, but not getting the greatest of pieces. Tugi about to go in. He will go in with a Tetris. Goes in at 548, and Gunter's board going up and up and up, moving in the wrong direction here. Going to go in at 510. What else can he do, though? This could be survivable if he gets exactly the right pieces and doesn't have any misdrops or anything. But this is going to be very difficult. Gets that T over. It looks like he might get out of this. Excellent dig from Gunter. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Damage is done. 607 to 423, but nice dig from Gunter. He is down big, though. We're into level 22 now. Both players have been playing pretty clean. 645 to 510. Which are maybe actually closing the gap here a little bit. Down to 140,000 points. Still formidable, though. Gunter. Can he kill the plaster with bars? I don't know. Doesn't feel great when you don't know what to do with all the bars. Going to set up left well. It's clean, but yeah, it's left well set up on 19. So not getting greatest of pieces. Tugi also board not looking great. Gunter doesn't get that L over, and this could be trouble. Alrighty, getting the L on the J. Alright, getting the pieces, putting them in the right places. Ooh, nice job getting that J all the way over. Could be performing another Houdini act. Let's see. And for the second time this game, another incredible dig for Gunter. Lombard Tetris, that's going to bring his well back over, but he has still down 150,000 points and running out of runway here. In fact, maybe like 180,000 points if you consider based. Gunter just refuses to die. Yeah, no, right? Like, this is an incredible game. He is so far behind, but still. Really promising stuff from Gunter. '19 play on point here. Really, it's 19 survival. Prefer not to get into digs in the first place, but you know what? He's alive. 680, 622 for him, 862 for Tugi. I think he might not have enough room here. We're too far into post. Yeah, he's into level 28 now. Yeah, his board creeping up. I think he might be at the end of the road, but still, very, very good digs there from Gunter. That will spell the end of his set. Gunter will top out at 631. Tugi is good for game number 4 in the set. Takes a 3-1. But you know what? Getting game off of Tugi, that's nothing to sneeze at. GG's. So congrats to Tugi. Stay here. You'll face Anpu in the final game of the set. Final set of the stream. There we go. Those are the words that we want. GG's. Yeah, you played well. That was really fun. You know, do what you can. You got beat. You didn't beat yourself. And I think that's kind of the goal here. All right. Stay tuned. We got one more set. I'll be right back. back now. Baby, there ain't no easy way out. I should probably use some pieces, huh? Let's save you some pieces. Let's see where else. Hey, man, back down. They're looking to have fun. We got a rating from both players. Let's count them down. I like how my screen shows a tiny bit of orange. There we go. Let's do, yeah, let's do that. Nice. All right, both players are ready. Good luck and have fun, y'all. Let's count you down for game number 1 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. All right, we got a Z. We got a bar. This is the DAS League, and I'm our Barrow. This is the last set of our 3-set stream. We got 2 players here. Let me tell you who they are. On the left side of the screen. Words. What's going on here? Left side, out of the Republic of Austria. World famous DAS player with 1.3. Wants you to play more 19.2. Also a roller with an NTSC PP of 2.27 million. He is Tugi. And on your right, out of Canada, a DAS main with an NTSC PP of 1.21. The classic Tetris community's favorite citrus varietal. He's Anpu. He does have a lumbar dependency, column 1 a little high. Going to get a Tetris, going to get it down, so it won't be too much of an issue. 114 to 99. Anpu's left side still a little iffy. Going to get it plugged up. Going to allow Tugi to take a lead here, though. 163 to 126. Tugi's been almost flawless on 18. We've seen both these players play Gunter. Both these players beat Gunter 3-1. This is... Tugi is just getting his season started. This is his second match. Anpu has a few more under his belt. I'm going to fill up the standings here. This will be his 5th match. Only has 1 more to go after this. Looking to end his season strong, currently with a 2-2 record. Top 4 players in each division make it in. So, Anpu does kind of need this one. He may not need this one, but have to take as many games off of this as possible. Tugi a little high, but looks like he'll get out of it pretty quickly. Needs like 1 more piece. Gonna get a Tetris, gonna get the stack down. A little under halfway to 19, 266 to 270. Anpu will take the lead after that Tetris. I'll be holding on to a Tetris lead here. Let's see how far he can take it. I think Anpu had a pretty good Challengers run as a DAS player last year. Can't quite remember all the details about it. .366 to 344. I think we're just about tied up in terms of pace. Anpu has a couple of tuck setups. Going to get the T, but has to form a dependency. Column 2 for the bar. Going to get it finally. Score a triple. Hunter lines in just about 436 for Tugi, 418 for Anpu. Both players laying it on. Last couple of pieces for Anpu resolve the left side of his stack. Close one here. Down by about a Tetris. We're pretty close to the transition here. A little bit of an overshift for Anpu, but some very good placements. Almost out of it. Forms a lumbar dependency right as the bar comes. Very high. Might be in trouble that this doesn't get all the way over. I don't know if anything can go to the left side here. Ah, that's it. Anpu will top out at 474. It was looking so good, but a couple missed drops kind of ruined his day. Tugi is good for game number 1. GG's. Yeah, that's kind of the brutal thing about this game. One missed drop. If it's the wrong one at the wrong time, doesn't matter how good your game is. Got it ready for Tugi. Both players are ready. Let's count them down for game number 2. Anpu had to take a quick break, but now he's back. So let's count him down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Anpu on the telephone, maybe. I don't know. A couple of Z's to start us off. Sleepy Seed. I'm looking at wplace.live. People are drawing. I actually banned or timed out J. Tugi has one on the board. Anpu's going to get his first. Somewhat dry to start things off. Bars just kind of ain't coming. They go in another drought. There we go. Both players, or I guess Anpu finally gets his second Tetris. So you're going to use that bar to reopen as well. Kind of hope another one comes soon. He's fine. There we go. 60 for Tugi, 85 for Anpu. A bit of a mischief for Anpu. Tugi going to look to take advantage. May not be too long of a dig, but you know it's Tugi. You're playing against Tugi. Anpu may be going center well here. Let's see what he decides to do. Nope, he'll just reopen that hole. Nice bar. 157 for Tugi, 142 for Anpu. I used to go to the University of California Common Riverside for grad school. The big, like, the university kind of originated as a citrus research station. So if you're driving through the city of Riverside, California, just in the middle of the city, you'll just be all of a sudden be like, I mean, it's a city in air quotes. It's a bunch of suburbs. But you'll just like be driving through, and all of a sudden you have like these like huge, you know, city mega blocks that are just farms. They're dedicated to citrus research. It's kind of bizarre. So there's my orange story. You're over halfway to 19 now. Anpu after that Tetris will up to 242. Tugi's at 274. Up by a Tetris in a little bit. Tetris and a half, maybe. $320, $289, close one. Equal line count, more or less. I really like Tom Petty. I think his music is good. Ooh, a nice little last spin for Anpu. Falling a little bit further behind just because Tugi is playing more efficiently. $420 to $364. Anpu trying to avoid forming a lumbar dependency. Does so. We're over 100 lines in. Nice burn with the T from Tugi. Maybe that's the sort of thing to be expected at this level, but you know. Some mesmerizing stacker. Hits the T-spin. Anpu's bored in trouble here. 117 lines in, so I need to get this cleaned up, but right now just focus on surviving. Nice double. Tugi's in at 482. Anpu overshifts the S. I think that might be fatal. That's it. Anpu tops out at 422. Tugi's good for game number 2. Moves up to match point. GG's. Yeah, kind of just getting into those digs just right before transition, just awful. You don't want to, because you're just like, you have to get out of it, right? GG's. The drought was unkind, yeah. This is a very dry seed overall. Both players are ready. Let's count down for game number 3. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Anpu says, hoping to get at least one good post. I think you had a couple on the previous set, right? It was like 2 sets ago. I have the memory of a goldfish. Tea in a bar will start us off here. Looks like Adam Irish was using the Classic Tetris match database for the CTL matches. So let me see what... The match history is between these two players as they get started off game number 3. A little high from Anpu, but gets a couple bars just in time now. Tugi's in a bit of trouble. He's going to have the same situation, just kind of gets the bars just in time. 74 to 53, bit of a lead for Anpu. And Tugi's in a bit of a jam. Anpu going to take a safety triple board, looking very lopsided. Left side was low. So, kind of a little bit of a testy stuff for both players. Anpu up by a couple, 30 lines in. Gotta wait a second until Adam's done with his thing. Right, I think he's done. Alright, these players will never face each other. Okay, that's the bit of information I needed. It's surprising to me, but I guess Tugi doesn't play a whole lot of online comp, so... At least not recently. Anpu 199, Tugi 132. So Anpu with a bit of lead here. Both players had to get out of some gnarly situations early on, but I think Anpu was a bit more efficient. We're going to get a Tetris. Tugi's still not really the board state that he wants it to be. Not getting the pieces to resolve his kind of low columns 3 and 4. Maybe setting up. He will set up. He gets the dirty. 229 to 292. We're halfway to 19. I'm holding on to the lead here. Tugi playing efficiently when he's clean. Kind of claws back some of the pace he loses when he's digging, but kind of just having a harder time staying clean in this game than we're used to seeing from him. $326 to 410. Anpu will have a 6-figure lead briefly with that Tetris. Almost 100 lines in. Oh, hell yeah. That party dress. Long. Last chance of religion. Anpu gets Tetris ready with that S spin Tugi now set up. Well, very smooth sailing. Anpu already got a 500k. 18 more lines to build on it. Transition is looming. Alright, Anpu about to transition here. 577. Looks like he'll... If he goes in with the Tetris, he'll be just shy of a... Oh, actually, never mind. He will transition 601, Tugi and 519. So very good 18 for Anpu. Let's say if he can build on that and have a very good 19. He has to take a few digs early on. A few burns. I see saying digs instead of burns. That doesn't make any sense, but I do it anyway, and I've always done it. It don't matter, though. You know what I mean. Anpu set up. He's going to get a bar in score. Tugi has closed the gap here a little bit. 573 to 635. But Tugi kind of coming roaring back. Is to be expected, I believe, but Anpu set up, trying to hold him off, and there's a Tetris. There's a nice tuck from Anpu. Lombard Tetris. Both players now level 22, 696 to 656. This is a really exciting end to this one. Let's see how far they can take it. Oh, Anpu doesn't get that S all the way over. Does get a Tetris. Going to make it way less fatal. Could get this done with like very few burns if he gets a T. Needs something to the outside. It's not really cooperative. That's going to allow Tugi to get another Tetris. He has almost tied this bad boy up. Anpu will love a bar right now. Going to get it. But Tugi will get a bar. He's going to score, and that's going to allow him to take the lead. Anpu reopens the well. Lombard Tetris does have to take a few more burns. He's keeping it close. 784 to 770. Oh, nice S spin from Anpu. Lombard Tetris. Both players level 25 now. And still only 10,000 points separate the two. Tugi's starting to dig, and his left side looking pretty low. Going to take a few burns. It's going to allow him to chop the stack down. Anpu's columns 2 and 3, just not looking great, but he will reopen as well, just for a moment. Oh, overshoots the square. Lombard double. Tugi tops out 825. Anpu needs to get 826. 824. 827. That's it. Anpu will take game number 3. Keep the set alive. What a game. GG's. Man, great play from both sides. Really, really exciting game. Anpu able to hold off Tugi until level 27 and take advantage of his stop out. It's a great stuff from Anpu there. It seems very off today. It happens. You have to, yeah, like 19 play is so fickle. It's like the 29 rolling, you know, you gotta be, the timing just has to be perfect. I was so nervous. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Playing against Tugi. Both players are ready. Let's count them down for game number 4. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. T in a square will start us off. If Tugi wins this one, it'll be the third 3-1 result in a row. Anpu looking to force the decider here, though. No blue pieces yet. There's the first one. It's a J. Kind of need to pee. Energy drink went straight through me. Not something you needed to know, though. Type game, both players have taken 2 burns. Close ones again, 140, 141. 2-line difference, so I guess Tugi technically has the pace lead, but who cares? It's tied. Both players nailing the S-spins today. I feel like usually I see at least one missed one. But not between these two. Even in high-stakes 19 situations, we listen to all of the greatest hits album from Tom Petty. What else to listen to? Maybe I won't put it on another album. We're close to playlist. Music. We want music. 192 to 211. Nice resolution of Tugi. Do some best of this built to spill. Tie game here, 236, 234. Can't get much better in terms of a DAS matchup than this one. I guess, there's some... Anpu not a ranked player, but he is, very good. I don't know. I feel like I want to start listening to a little bit more Build to Spill as like a collection of singles rather than just like albums forward to back. 331 to 351, over halfway to 19. A little bit of a lead for Anpu. Both players on some pretty good pace here. .421 to 422. We're tied up. My goodness. Not a lot of mistakes so far on the 18 game. Both players one line away from rounding the Joey Parker turn, and it's still tied up. My goodness, just neck and neck all the way through this game. Holy necks. I have neck pain. It's my family has a history of spine issues. I didn't know this until recently. I was like I had weird neck pain. I had no idea what was causing it. The doctors didn't figure it out. But my Aunt Judy knew, so there you go. 524 to 542. Anpu with a Tetris lead. Tugi had to take a few burns, but still very, very good places for both players. They'll be both looking for the 600k transition, and they're both not too far away from getting it. Unfortunately, necks. Yeah, sometimes necks are not really... They have a tough job. There's a Tetris for Tugi. He's going to go into the 596. Just shy of the 100k, or the 600k. Anpu going to go in with a 617, so we're close here. Tugi left well. That's only going to be a double. And he's going to be digging. Anpu looking to take advantage. Getting a bunch of squares, though, so he'll have to probably dig a little bit himself. He'll get out of it pretty quickly, though. He's going to get set up. Lombard Tetris, perfect. Clear. 668 for him. 632 for Tugi. Level 30 now. PC, yeah. Oh, a little bit of a missed drop from Anpu. If this were modern, that would have won him the game. I think. Is that how modern works? I don't know. I'm very bad at modern. Anpu crosses over 701. Tugi 666. Anpu has a holding stack. Tugi's stack looking a little spicy. He will get this down a little bit, but he's still not out of the woods. Nice double. This is very survivable for Tugi in particular. He digs these. Yeah, just, beautiful dig, but they're just kind of as expected for Tugi, 686 to 741. Anpu is taking advantage. Very Powell-like dig sequence. I'm not sure what that means, but I should watch more Powell to, Powell Das is still a thing. I think Powell open play style is kind of dead, but Powell Das, Gunter is keeping it alive. 780 to 752. Got ourselves a close one yet again. Not sure how Tugi made the pace up. I guess Anpu take a few more burns, but also there's a 7-line difference. That's probably where it went. Here's a triple from Anpu, though. Tugi going to have to enter another dig. Anpu Lombard Tetris. 853 for him. Anpu looking for an L or a J. The bar will work. Lombard Tetris. 888 into 26. So Tugi he's behind by only a Tetris. But if Anpu keeps playing this well, he does hang a bar, column 2. The next bar will score. But this might be what Tugi needs. Here's a Tetris for Tugi. He's going to take the lead. 934 to 927. Anpu doesn't get that J over. He might be in a lot of trouble. He's going to be done at 927. Tugi is good for game number 4 and the set. Great way of ending this one, though. Tugi was playing from behind for both of those, but, Anpu not quite able to reach the end of both. And he's not even able to get that much more. He only wins by 12,000 points, so Anpu pushing Tugi to the limit here, but Tugi will come out on top. GG's. Tugi's had a bad day, but you know what? He's so good that a bad day for him is pretty better than most players' good days. Anpu says, I'm very happy with that. Yeah, I would be too. Anyway, GG's. Congrats to Tugi for winning 2. Congrats to Anpu for winning 1. And thanks to everyone. I think everyone played pretty well there, including Gunter. Of course, Anpu, thank you for playing. It's great to see you. Thank you for everything you do around the scene. I'll find someone to raid. Thank you for hanging out. CTL is open, is still doing their thing. I'll do CTL. Yeah, let's do CTL. Say hi to Adam for me. I'll see the rest. I see you shortly. I appreciate you. NW, that's Nick Woods. That's my name.